Imagine a tiny marine crustacean just 4 centimeters long, capable of transforming everything we know about reproduction in the ocean. While land plants rely on bees and birds to survive, the sea seemed to follow its own rules until now. A shocking discovery revealed that this mysterious crustacean could be the first marine pollinator ever recorded, revolutionizing our understanding of underwater ecosystems. What else is life at the bottom of the ocean hiding? The fascinating world of marine pollinators, the discovery of an unusual crustacean. When we think of pollination, images of bees buzzing from flower to flower, hummingbirds dipping their beaks into exotic plants, or butterflies fluttering delicately over blooming fields typically come to mind. This is the dynamic we know so well on land, where plants rely on these pollinators to perpetuate their species. However, the vast and mysterious ocean presents a completely different scenario. And it was in this aquatic environment that scientists discovered something surprising. A 4-centimeter crustacean that plays the role of a pollinator for algae in one of the first documented cases of marine pollination. This discovery challenges what we thought we knew about ocean ecosystems and opens doors to new understandings of the evolution of marine and terrestrial life. The first marine pollinator? For a long time, it was believed that pollination was a phenomenon exclusive to terrestrial environments. After all, wind and water currents seemed to be sufficient mechanisms for transporting gametes in the ocean. However, the species Idotea balthica, a small and discrete crustacean, revealed a new facet of marine biodiversity by establishing a symbiotic relationship with the red algae Gracilaria gracilis. This crustacean, now seen as a facilitator in the reproductive cycle of the algae, performs the role of a pollinator, something that had never been observed in algae before. The discovery was led by Myriam Valero, a scientist at the prestigious Centre National de la Recherche Scientifique, CNRS, in France. Valero and her team observed something curious. Idotea balthica frequently gathered on the leaves of the Gracilaria, affectionately nicknamed gracilis. This observation raised an intriguing question. Could the behavior of the crustaceans be linked to the reproductive process of the algae? To test this hypothesis, Valero's team conducted a series of meticulous experiments in aquariums. Male and female algae were cultivated in controlled environments, and half of the tanks were populated with crustaceans. The results were impressive. In the tanks with the crustaceans, algae fertilization increased 20 times compared to the tanks without these tiny invertebrates. By observing the crustaceans under a microscope, scientists found tiny male gametes attached to their bodies, indicating that the animals were indeed transporting these cells between the male and female plants. It was a pollination process in action, something rare and completely unexpected in the marine environment. A symbiotic relationship, mutual benefit. The relationship between the gracilis and the crustaceans is a remarkable example of symbiosis, where both species benefit. For the algae, the presence of the crustaceans significantly increases their chances of reproduction. Instead of relying solely on water currents to transport male gametes to female plants, Idotea balthica plays the role of marine cupid, considerably enhancing the likelihood of reproductive success. On the other hand, the crustaceans also take advantage of this interaction. By living on the leaves of the algae, they benefit from a series of advantages. The Gracilaria provides camouflage, helping the crustaceans escape predators lurking in the depths of the ocean. Moreover, these small crustaceans find an abundant food source there, such as smaller algae growing nearby. This mutualistic relationship is a classic example of the interdependence present in marine ecosystems, the evolution of pollination in the ocean and on land. The discovery of these pollinating crustaceans raises intriguing questions about the evolution of fertilization processes in terrestrial and marine environments. For a long time, it was believed that animal-mediated pollination was an exclusive phenomenon on land. Flowering plants developed their reproductive strategies alongside insects, birds, and other animals that were responsible for transporting pollen from one flower to another. But the new study suggests that this phenomenon may have evolved independently in marine environments. The presence of a marine pollinator raises the hypothesis that this mechanism may have first emerged in the ocean, even before plants evolved to colonize land. In other words, the sea may have been the cradle of a primitive form of pollination, which was later adapted by terrestrial plants. It is worth noting that, despite being an innovative discovery, this is not the first indication of pollination in the aquatic environment. About a decade ago, scientists had already identified that small marine worms and crustaceans were involved in the pollination of seagrasses. However, the study conducted by Miriam Valero is the first to document this relationship between animals and algae, a line of research that could revolutionize our understanding of biodiversity in the seas. What we still don't know. Although laboratory experiments have shown impressive results, many questions remain unanswered. The primary one is whether these crustaceans play the same role in the natural ocean environment, outside the controlled conditions of aquariums. In such a dynamic ecosystem as the marine environment, numerous factors can influence the interaction between algae and crustaceans. Predators, ocean currents, and other environmental challenges could significantly alter this symbiotic relationship. Moreover, scientists are curious to know if other marine organisms, besides the Gracilaria, might be benefiting from pollinators. Could it be that animal pollination is more common in the oceans than we think? Or is the interaction between the Gracilaria and Idotea balthica an evolutionary rarity, restricted to very specific environments? Implications for marine conservation. The discovery of a marine pollinator also brings important implications for the conservation of ocean ecosystems. The ocean faces a series of threats, from water acidification to the destruction of marine habitats due to human activity. Marine biodiversity, just like terrestrial ecosystems, relies on complex interactions between different species to maintain its balance. If marine pollinators play a crucial role in the reproduction of algae and other aquatic plants, the loss of these pollinators could have cascading effects, jeopardizing the health of entire marine ecosystems. Additionally, algae such as Gracilaria have significant ecological and economic importance. They are fundamental to the marine food chain and, in many cases, are used to produce substances like agar, a gel used in food and laboratories. Protecting these ecosystems and better understanding the interactions between their species may be essential for ensuring the sustainability of many industries and the health of the oceans. The future of research. With so many new possibilities opened up by this discovery, scientists are just beginning to unravel the mysteries of marine pollination. The initial study was a milestone, but it will certainly be followed by new investigations in natural environments. Researchers are interested in better understanding how this relationship between crustaceans and algae developed over time and whether other marine species might exhibit similar behaviors. This research may also influence how we study pollination in general. By recognizing that animals can act as pollinators both on land and at sea, we can begin to see broader connections between ecosystems and the survival mechanisms of species. It's a reminder that, even in the most inhospitable and unknown places, life finds ingenious ways to thrive. If you found this discovery as fascinating as we did, don't forget to share this knowledge. Subscribe to the Breaking Science channel and activate the notification bell to not miss any scientific updates. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.